It's okay to have a difference of opinion. We have become a world where if somebody has a different view on something that, you know, I just have to ask, why does that make you angry? They're not in your life aside from, unless you allow them. And you can very easily change the channel, you know, stop talking to the person or, whatever it is that you need to do. But violence is never the answer. The hate is not going to fix anything in this. What we all need to do is learn to just accept ourselves for who we are and just realize that not everyone is going to be a perfect mirror of ourselves. And I know sometimes that's difficult because what I believe, and I'm not saying that this is what it is, but what I believe is that it triggers something that made you feel unsafe in your past. And it's causing a lot of people to just, do things that are out of character. And, specifically the whole thing with the Charlie Kirk. I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, but, I have the option to change the channel, scroll past. Don't go to his, conventions or whatever you want to call them. But I would never in a million years think to harm somebody just because they didn't agree with my point of view. And we all just need to learn that not everyone is going to be exactly like you. And that's okay. I mean, like, yeah, it's great when you align with somebody and, they mirror back what you believe. But how much do you grow when you're just having the same thing regurgitated back to you? A lot of these people are there to get you to think. They're not necessarily trying to get you to come on board with them. It's just to get you to think. Maybe it expands your perspective on something. It's not there to cause division necessarily. It's just to bring more information to light so that you can make a better decision in your life to either keep going with what you're doing or maybe, a couple ideas spill out that, were a little different than what you'd heard before and maybe you can integrate them in your life in some way. Not exactly how they say, but in some capacity. But let's stop with the hate. Let's stop with the division and just allow people to live in harmony. There's enough for everybody. We just have to stop and just think for a little bit before we act. But I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. And may peace, love, and God and the universe always work in your favor.